It started like any other Sunday. Then the internet exploded. Hundreds of videos from Grand Theft Auto 6, one of the most guarded projects in gaming, were suddenly online. Rockstar Games confirmed the unthinkable. Their servers had been breached. But the real shock, it wasn't the FBI's most wanted. It wasn't a nation-state cyber army. It was teenagers. Teenagers who in just months would break into some of the most powerful companies on Earth. Uber, Microsoft, Samsung, Nvidia. They called themselves Lapsus. And their story is like a digital heist movie, except every scene is real. But to understand how they pulled it off, we have to start at their first strike, a hit that brought an entire country's health system to its knees. December 2021, Brazil. The Ministry of Health was on high alert, managing the pandemic. Their vaccination database is a lifeline, the official record of who's protected and who's at risk. At 1 a.m., something strange happens. The database vanishes. Completely erased. With a single breach, Lapsus plunges Brazil's health system into chaos. Hospitals can't confirm vaccine status. Government officials scramble to explain. And somewhere, a group of teenagers watches the headlines roll in, but they don't stop. Just 1 month later, they set their sights on Okta, the security gatekeeper for thousands of companies worldwide. Okta manages logins for banks, hospitals, government agencies, everything. Lapsus doesn't hack Okta's core servers. They find a weak link, an outsourced IT support engineer, and take over his computer. From there, they slip past the gates. Proof of their access spreads online. For days, companies across the globe wonder, did they get into our systems too? 2 hacks, 2 different continents, 0 arrests. But the warm-up phase is over. Because next, they're going to attack a billion-dollar tech titan, steal a terabyte of data, and try to change how one of the world's most valuable products is built. February 2022, Nvidia, the crown jewel of the graphics card industry. They build the chips that power gaming rigs, AI research, and even cryptocurrency mining farms. Their technology is in millions of machines around the world. To most hackers, stealing from Nvidia would be suicide, but Lapsus saw it as a challenge. Over the course of days, they siphoned 1 terabyte of proprietary data, including source code for critical systems. But they didn't just steal, they made demands. Lapsus told Nvidia to remove the built-in limits that slowed down cryptocurrency mining on their GPUs. If not, the data would be dumped online for everyone to see. Nvidia refused, and so Lapsus kept their promise. This was no longer just about breaking in. It was about changing how tech companies played the game itself. Barely a week later, Lapsus TAS was back, this time targeting Samsung, one of the most recognized tech brands on Earth. They allegedly stole 190 gigabytes of data, including the source code for Samsung's trusted security algorithms, the digital vault protecting millions of devices. With the leak, it was alleged that hackers around the world then had insight into how Samsung's most secure systems worked. It was like publishing the blueprints to a bank's vault online and inviting thieves to study them. And just like that, Lapsus proved they could breach not just American tech titans, but global leaders across continents. The next hit took them to South America, Mercado Libre, Latin America's Amazon, and Mercado Pago, its massive online payment platform. Lapsus stole data on 300,000 users, including personal account details. It was a message to the world. They could target your health data, your devices, and now, your money. In just 3 months, they had breached governments, security firms, chip makers, consumer electronics giants, and fintech powerhouses. But Lapsus wasn't done. Next, they would infiltrate the gaming industry again. Only this time, they'd hit one of the most famous developers in the world. And after that, they'd break into Microsoft. Yes, Microsoft. In March 2022, Ubisoft, the studio behind Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, and Rainbow Six, experienced a network security incident. According to the company, some internal services were temporarily interrupted while teams worked to restore access. A group identifying itself as Lapsus posted hints online suggesting involvement. No ransom was requested. No specific demands were made. It appeared to be a signal, a way for Lapsus to show it could reach prominent targets in the gaming industry. Later that month, Microsoft reported that a single employee account had been compromised. The company's investigation found that limited portions of internal source code for Bing, Bing Maps, and Cortana had been accessed. Lapsus publicly claimed responsibility for the incident. Microsoft confirmed there was no risk to customer data, but the event demonstrated how quickly Lapsus had moved between industries. In the following weeks, the group posted online screenshots and links it claimed were from Globant, a global IT and software services company. The material allegedly included approximately 70 gigabytes of internal source code. Globant stated that it had acted quickly to investigate and address the situation. In April 2022, T-Mobile confirmed that it had investigated an incident in which Lapsus SOUs allegedly attempted to access internal tools using stolen credentials from a third-party provider. The company reported that no customer or government data had been compromised in the attempt, but the event showed the group's continued interest in telecom systems. By this point, the list of organizations linked to Lapsus activity stretched across gaming, software, IT services, and telecommunications. But the group's most headline-grabbing incidents were still ahead. An alleged intrusion into Uber's systems, and the leak that would make them a household name. Uber announced it was responding to a cybersecurity incident. According to the company, an attacker had gained access to some internal systems by compromising a contractor's account through social engineering. A person claiming to be part of Lapsus posted screenshots online and even sent messages to Uber employees through the company's internal Slack channel. Uber stated that no sensitive user data was exposed, but it took several tools offline temporarily while the investigation was carried out. Just days later, Rockstar Games confirmed that its network had been accessed without authorization. Dozens of early development videos for the upcoming Grand Theft Auto 6 appeared online. A user posting under the name Tipo Tuber Hacker linked in news reports to Lapsus activity claimed responsibility. The leak sparked global media coverage, both for its scale and for the fact that it came from one of the most anticipated games in history. Rockstar stated it did not anticipate any long-term disruption to development, but the breach was described as a significant intrusion. By late September 2022, law enforcement action intensified. Police in the United Kingdom arrested several individuals in connection with Lapsus, including teenagers from Oxford and London. One of them, 18-year-old Aryan Kurtaj, was later identified in court as a key member of the group. Due to his severe autism, the court ruled he was unfit to stand trial in the usual manner. In 2023, he was placed under an indefinite hospital order in a secure facility. Another member, a 17-year-old from London, was also convicted. Over less than a year, Lapsus was linked to incidents affecting some of the biggest names in technology, gaming, and telecommunications. Their tactics, from social engineering to insider recruitment, became case studies in modern cybercrime. And while their core members faced justice, their story remains a reminder. It only takes a small group with the right skills to make even the largest systems feel vulnerable. By the time the core members of Lapsus had been arrested, their activity had already left a mark on the cybersecurity world. In less than a year, incidents linked to the group had been reported across government agencies, technology firms, telecoms, and gaming studios. The speed, variety, and boldness of their alleged intrusions challenged the way many organizations thought about security. Unlike many cybercriminal groups, Lapsus Labs often relied on social engineering rather than just exploiting technical flaws. They targeted people as much as systems, using phishing messages, phone calls, and even offering money to insiders for access. Instead of encrypting data and demanding payment, they frequently leaked stolen material online, sometimes without asking for anything in return. The rise of Lapsus left the world with some hard-hitting lessons for both companies and individuals. First, it reminded us that the most valuable target isn't always the tech, it's the people. Even the most secure systems can crumble if someone on the inside is convinced or tricked into handing over their login. Second, multi-factor authentication is a must, but it's not a magic shield. If it's set up poorly, attackers can still break through, using persistence, trickery, or sheer fatigue to wear people down. Third, speed is everything when things go wrong. The companies that reacted fast, isolating systems, locking accounts, containing the breach, were the ones that took the least damage. And finally, we can't forget that threats don't always come from out there. Sometimes the danger is already inside. That's why true security isn't just about locking the doors. It's about keeping an eye on who's holding the keys. The truth is, threats like Lapsus aren't going away. But today, companies have new tools in the fight against cybercrime. That's where Teleris comes in. Using advanced AI, Teleris detects unusual patterns in real time, spotting the signs of scams, breaches, and insider threats before they cause damage. From government agencies to small businesses, Teleris helps keep systems and the people behind them safe from the next wave of digital attacks. In the end, Lapsus was not just a hacking group. It was a warning, a reminder that in a connected world, every account, every system, and every human link matters. And the next story could start with a single message in your inbox. If you found this story eye-opening, hit that subscribe button so you never miss the next deep dive into the world of scams, hacks, and how to stop them. And remember, knowledge is your first line of defense.